We might not be infected, but we are affected. And so if we all join hands in trying to fight it, then I believe that we can conquer. Often it is said it's their problem, but it is our problem.
People are dying there, they are hopeless. They feel condemned, and as if they feel nobody can touch them. And somehow there is the way the church has related the AIDS with the fornication, adultery, you know. There is a way the church did, you know, like someone can stand up to preach and say, if you don't do this, you'll get AIDS. And we feel, you know, we feel.
Talk about, say, sex in the church, because others, whenever they go to different churches and then you mention sex, people say, oh, what a big name, oh, this child, whatever they talk. But to encourage on sexual issues around the church, talk about these things, because other churches, they don't mention AIDS. They said AIDS is a curse from God. AIDS is what if you're HIV positive, then you have a demon, you are going to die, whatever. Or maybe you just sell your body to get AIDS, because anyone can get infected. Either the priest maybe can get infected. People look at the one way, the sexual part. They don't even take maybe the needles and everything. They just look at the one way. That sex is contracted by sexual fluids and everything. They don't look at accidents. They don't look at cuts and wounds. So whenever you're HIV positive, they say, oh, this means you have been sleeping around. So I think the church can play a role of encouraging everyone maybe to get tested earlier so that they can get antiretrovirals and live a healthy life.
Most of the stigma come from church leaders. I'd like to tell the church leader to stop stigma, because we are human beings, and stop saying that HIV and AIDS is a disease. Is a curse from God. Some of us were very faithful when we got that virus.
The churches have taken initiatives of looking after orphans, maybe offering spiritual counseling to people who are going to get married, to those who are in school, and tell them to abstain and be faithful. And maybe I'll ask or request them to implement any possible ways of prevention. Because now if they can't, like, don't use condoms, abstain, I want them to put it, HIV has become so wide, we need to put everything together. And maybe that's how we can decrease on the prevalence of HIV/AIDS worldwide, because it's everywhere.
I maybe would quote from the Bible, Deuteronomy 29:29, which says, the secret things belong to God, but the things that are revealed are for us and our children. We don't know a lot about HIV, but there's things that have been revealed. Things like, for example, ARVs, they are revealed through medical science. And even the issue of the condom, we need to discuss. Because there are, for example, discordant relationships. People like me who are sick but would like to get married. Yeah, and maybe I can get married and don't want to have children. Now what will I use? I need to protect myself, I need to protect my partner.
When I look at the vulnerable group, some churches pay school fees and they look after these families, but certain churches, certain religions, there are certain practices, it's like they've failed to cope with the situation currently, what's happening. They don't accept, they are totally against condom use. which is a key thing in preventing HIV infection and reinfection for people living with HIV/AIDS, and yet they are married. It's a married couple, and they are living positively, yet they discourage condom use.
There is life even after knowing that you are HIV positive. It doesn't mean that because you are HIV positive, you are going to die tomorrow. No, you can live for many years. You can live and live and live.
It is the mandate of the church to care for those who are HIV positive. Because HIV/AIDS is not out there, but is with us. Every day we will go and reach out to communities. But the Bible says, come as you are. So people come as they are. Some are HIV positive. So it has to be part and partial of the church's responsibility. So as we win the souls, let us be ready to care for their bodies. So where they need counseling, let us give them counseling. Where they need to be treated, let the church come out and treat them.